Hello everybody, this is Super Don Bros, and this is my first of many TV show episode reviews. Ren and Stimpy is probably one of my favorite shows. It might even beat The Simpsons on my list. And this is probably my favorite episode of the show. So yeah, let's get right into it. So something I hadn't noticed until making this review is that this is a double length episode. I thought it was 11 minutes, but apparently it's 22 minutes as it says on the DVD. So yay, double length. Alright, so this episode starts off with a log segment, and we're not even a minute in, and I'm already laughing. The singing log, that was just hilarious. And cheerleader log with a sign saying log you, that like visual gags. I just find those really funny. So the actual episode starts off with Stimpy sitting on the ground and Ren sitting in his chair. Stimpy has this derpy face, which I might use for the thumbnail. And Ren says, "You're an idiot." That was a horrible Ren impression. I'm sorry you had to hear that. But I like how they established their characters in the beginning. They established that Ren is a boring, smart one, and they established that Stimp is a dumb one. They're trying to set up that Ren's cousin is this really smart guy that Ren could finally have a civilized conversation with. And later in the episode, that just makes the plot twist more surprising when you find out that Sven is like Stimpy. When I first watched this episode, I was kind of surprised that Sven was like Stimpy because I think they did such a good job in the beginning setting up that Sven is going to be like Ren that it just makes sense to have him be like Stimpy. And now they introduce Sven, and his whole introduction is hilarious. With Ren saying to Stimpy, "Say hello to a more superior creature." And then it turns out that Sven is just like Stimpy, and then Ren's face, it's just hilarious. I don't know why, it just made me laugh so hard. They did such a good job of setting up that he's going to be just like Ren, he's going to be intelligent, and then he's just this idiot goofball like Stimpy. That I know I'm throwing this term a lot in this review, but it's hilarious. After that, we get a bunch of filler, as you could call it, with Ren and Sven. And it is filler. You can cut it completely out and nothing will change. Some notable jokes were Stimpy's magic nose goblins that he kept under his table, and Sven's Band-Aid ball, and apparently he kept every Band-Aid he ever had since 1962, which is kind of weird, but whatever. And then they start playing Seek and Hide, which that whole scene is hilarious, but the ending is inappropriate, and I don't know why they didn't make it uncut, because if you didn't know, the DVD has the uncut version, and it says at the top if it's uncut or not, and this part isn't uncut for some reason, even though it's like extremely inappropriate, but whatever. And then after that, it's a rainy day, and they start playing the best game in the whole wide world. After that, Ren comes home in a very dramatic scene, and I like how they use the weather to describe the mood. If you notice, because it's thundering and raining, and then it starts raining inside, I think that's just trying to set the mood that it's like really dramatic, and he's mad because he finds out that Stimpy and Sven break all of his stuff. A notable joke here was Ren's incurable diseases collection. Who has an incurable diseases collection? Who collects the Black Plague from 1462 or the cowpox? That's just ridiculously funny. So of course Ren tells them what he's going to do to them, and for some reason the part that they decide to cut out of the episode is when Ren says, "I'm going to gush your eyes out." That's not nearly as inappropriate as Ren's incurable diseases collection or the thing that happened earlier with Stimpy and Ren. I don't understand why they cut that part out of the episode. The atmosphere is just creepy in this scene, but somehow they still make it funny. That's Ren and Stimpy, freakishly funny. And then the episode ends with Ren saying he has to take a pee, and then he pees on the Don't Whiz on the Electric Fence game, and then their house explodes and they end up in hell, and the devil says, "Oh, so you whiz on the electric fence, didn't you?" And then the Don't Whiz on the Electric Fence jingle plays, and now the episode is over. So that was Ren and Stimpy Sven Hoek. My final rating for this episode will be a good gold star rating. This episode was fantastic. It had me laughing the whole time. The plot was really interesting and good. Sven as a character is really funny. Sven's introduction was hilarious. Their characters are on point. Just everything about this episode I find really good. I hope you enjoyed this episode review. This was fun. I will definitely do more of these. Expect more reviews coming soon. Bye.
The electric fence.